We're here with the men's hockey head coach, Peter Whiteny. Pete, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome, Dustin. Good to see you.
We just want to check in on the season, get an idea of how it's been so far, and take a look at where we are going forward. So can you kind of just speak to where we're at right now at this almost midpoint way through the season?
Sure. And we are. We've got kind of the bulk of our season ahead of us. We've got 15 games after break, actually beginning of break, because the team will come back January 1st. We'll practice 4 days, and we have a home game at the rinks at Shelton against Wilkes University. And so we're looking forward to that. But as far as our progress, well ahead of last year, really. At this time last year, we were still hunting for our first win. We've had some wins so far. We've had several one-goal games, so we're certainly going in the right direction. Getting better each day. Guys have bought in on the ice, off the ice. So for me, anyway, it's been really a fun year so far, and it's a good group of guys.
What do you think is going to make the difference between those one-goal games transitioning into more wins here later in the season?
I think certainly a big part of that is we've been relying on a very good but still inexperienced NCAA freshman class who now, after 10 games under their belt, nobody's really a rookie anymore. Now we're veterans. And just overall, we need more consistent play from every practice, every day of practice, to every game. So we're looking forward to doing all those things and building over the break.
Now, it seems like in the beginning of the season you were shuffling things around in goal. But here, going into the second half of the season, it looks like Brendan Brown has been kind of your guy. Is that how it's going to be going forward as well?
Well, you never really know from a game-to-game basis. I mean, it's a meritocracy in general, whether you're a goaltender or whether you're a forward or a defenseman. So you need to prove yourself in practice every day and find ways to separate yourself. And that's just something Brendan's been doing. We have the luxury of having both Nick and Joe in the fold as well. It's just a great trio. The guys get along well. They support each other. So really, on any given day, we're comfortable with any of those guys in that.
Now, is there anything so far this season? I know you guys have more wins than you did last year. Is that correct?
We do, yeah.
All right,
we do.
Awesome. So is there anything that you can point to in particular that has led to that, in terms of whether it's individual play on the ice or overall team chemistry? What do you think is the difference so far this year?
Yeah, I think it is never really one thing when you're finding some success. Your ability to be together off the ice, kind of bond in that way, places where coaches aren't there. And that's our leadership. You know, our captains are great. Our assistant captains are great. You know, it's a good group of guys that enjoy each other off the ice. So that makes it easier to be successful on the ice.
So like we talked about, you do have the bulk of your schedule coming up, about 15 games. Is there anything in particular, any highlighted games that you want to talk about, you know, home games, anything at all?
Sure. The schedule moving forward after we play Wilkes would be a lot of the really good, any 10 teams that we're excited about playing that schedule. And then we actually wrap up with a military appreciation day. That's our last game, which I think is February 16th. I could be lying because it's a Saturday, so it's whatever that Saturday is. And our captain, Lucas Smith, just like he put together last year, our autism awareness, it was super successful. That particular game donated over $6,000 to that cause, so we're all certainly hoping to get support and do the same and against Assumption on February the 16th.
Now, you mentioned something about your freshman class. You guys have a large quantity of freshmen this year, right?
7 freshmen this year, right? 7 freshmen. 3 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goaltender.
Have you been happy with how everything has played out with your freshmen in their first semester here?
Yeah, I mean, you know, knock on wood, the recruiting has been very good. We try to spend a lot of time looking at the character piece with our guys, because there's a lot of guys that can play hockey, but you also want to have that group that are good people that buy into the university and also the community service piece that we do, and that the veterans like. They like the veterans, they respect the veterans, and it's been a very good mix. You know, the veterans are happy to have these guys with their talent level, just bringing up the whole pool on the team. I think making practices more competitive as well, because now there's some depth. So depending upon your week, you may be in the lineup one week, but someone, if they have a better week than you, can be in the lineup the next week. So that ability to have players holding each other accountable in a positive way has been very good.
Now, Coach, you had mentioned something about community service here in your last answer. From what I've seen, you guys are one of the highest totaling teams for community service here at Post University, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is doing, for the most part, what they can. You know, it's kind of fun. It's a healthy, kind of I guess, fun competition amongst the teams. And at the end of the day, it's the community and the kids, for sure, that benefit from that. I mean, our kids and the other teams' kids, that when you get out into the public and you see certain things going on, you're helping, you actually begin to appreciate your situation a little bit better. So that's all part of the college experience. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely some mutual benefit there. It must make you proud, though, as a head coach, to see your guys getting out there and really, chipping in with the community.
It does. I mean, again, like I said, for me in the recruiting process, we talk a lot about the college experience. It's not just playing your games. It's not just how practices are, classes, community service. It's all of those things together that we hope at the end of the day will mean something and better prepare them for the next steps when they graduate.
Now, one last time, what's the next home game that everyone can come out to?
Yeah, we'll be playing 8 p.m. Shelton, January the 5th, Wilkes University.
All right, you heard it there. So everyone come out, check out the next home game on January 5th. Thanks for your time, Coach.
You're welcome. Have a good one.